Alright, let's see if we can make some progress. Um, I'll figure my way around in a minute. Maybe. Okay. Who is Uplander come to tent ring of Unimag's bubbly pot? Fighty Tool drinks in Airy Self. When full of Airy Self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of materia. You can't make this up. Materia joined with other Fighty Tool. Then Big Eyes Fighty Tool gain power of Airy Self. Unimix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Menphilla. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Unimix with fastness. Menphilla wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Unimax. Yes. Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good Teachy show of power of materia. Now eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes. Materia join with Fighty Tool. Fighty Tool gains power of materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty Tool to Menphilla. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you, it must have sufficient spirit bond. That being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When ye attach a piece of material to gear, ye imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Munimix turned the dagger ears into, from Summit, as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia. An Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. I'm losing brain cells over this. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of material, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutimax. Okay, what is this for? Okay, at least we've unlocked materia extraction now. Okay. Now, where do I need to go to get an amend? Alright, now let's take a long walk to Vesper Bay. The long walk back to Vesper Bay. Looking back, I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one, I need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia can give you the edge you need, so make it your ally. Now is the time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. And now I am a level 33 Arcanist. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amajah to discuss. Claims believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amajah responsible for the abductions. And so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Amajah are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the immortal flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Till such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to save some for him, such as his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Alright, let's go to Camp Drybone. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture the Amajah and prize from the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man Ungus has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet, the traitor will spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much from more of the Amajah's plot. If the mission succeeds, let's make sure it does. I am only 10 levels over this duty. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position. Good, we make our move as soon as the Amajai appear. Yes, sir. Something's amiss. Oh, dude, you are not funny at all. I'm just saying. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal Flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all fools. Lord, how many is there? put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you. Bring him. The rest of you march. Treacherous scum. I fear the homage I mean to give us to their God as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Okay. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Ah, hail! He's summoning. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Man, come on. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you the ignorant savages who know not your Godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of the Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Oh, he's about to be toasty then. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions, feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn, and all who stands against us shall burn. Almighty Ifrit, my one true God, your words are my bread. Impossible, by what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed number. Godless blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thy existence is not to be suffered. Okay. Time for me to murder a god. Or a creature that thinks he's a god, at least. Ow. That hurt. Ow. Ow. Okay, so we gotta try this again because the Inferno Nail got me. I think that's the first time I've died in one of these, if we're being for real. There we go. Ow. That did hurt though. This dude here is something else. There we go. Died once, but we got it. One creature gone bye-bye. And we got another crystal. Okay. Oh, I got one more to go. Okay. Oh yeah, you were late. I was delayed by a congregation of Amajah zealots. I swear he seemed more evangelical than the last. I see the blood swarm wasted no time in extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say that their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have let you face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism by fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Dry Bones, shall we? This way, sir. Okay. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Uldan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left from the 8th Legion. Or, my bad, the 7th Legion. Now, can we expect any form of support from the motherland given the troubles at court? We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, we've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any readings worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find I am troubled by the adventures. If such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans. Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Okay. So the Empire was watching things go down. There you are. Come rest a while. You will have no better opportunity after witnessing their gods' ignominious defeat. The Amajah will be less inclined to risk our wrath for a time at least. Now, where were we? Yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or to the abductees. They may be a whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Menphila will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You meanwhile have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Okay. Okay, let's... Oh my god, that long walk. At least I killed Ifrit. And I got a crystal. We're almost there. The triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Menphilla. You should join them at once. Lady Menphilla is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Storm his life. I wasn't there when the Amajah took him prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly, just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every It's good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Menphilla with your heroic exploits. Thancred told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amajah undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of the summoning of their primal Ifrits. Nor is this tale limited to Udah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa and Gradania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require more concentrated source of aether, crystals. It is for this reason that incident involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal, which leave us as to the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form, their essence is dispersed across the great river of the aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primal cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards the primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together or etheric coalescence which grants the being physical form. Once born, the primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful the god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process for which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remain unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is though a great power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you of that Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning, such elaborate designs are a new development, and ones which fill me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite. You may be sure it won't last long. Once people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will nary have a moment to yourself. The way they talk in this game. The way they talk in this game, oh lord. Whether she intended to or no, Manphila neglected to tell you something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that we rescued. I am sorry to report that they are all to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight that no more innocents need to be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? Louisoix would have never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better, I have to be stronger. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm along, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Y'shtola that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time. I want and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you soon will discover. We have guests, or rather, you have guests. Lady Menphilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have not recently welcomed our new hero to their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Limsa Limwensa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the grand companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of your deeds spread so quickly that Immortal Flames should know of his triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? It's like Terra2 spilled the beans. Your reputation precedes you. Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and merge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you. And so many others in Limsa, long before the rest of Eorzea took note, your name was well known to us, owing to your valorous deeds on behalf of our citizens. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Limwensa to the shores of glory. Lady Menphilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help you clarify your thoughts of this matter. As you well know, the grand companies are all encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Limwensa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards from which you may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. As part of these proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let him hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited for the discipline of military service. But I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs to be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one man in the midst of a grand company, however, and you will be one man among many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I cannot think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. Grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole, similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Teratu. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Okay. Let's see, how long we been going? My throat's taking a beating tonight. That don't sound right. All right. I'm sorry about the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyways, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gradania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services. The Elder Seed Seer, Connie Senna, will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. Should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all those involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much that we can do about that, so make Redania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Alda, where the Flame General Raban Aldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa, where Maestro Chief Admiral Merwell Blosofwin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Zonthrel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting city-states in my prescribed order. Though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Whew. All right. Let's go hear like 3 speeches.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization. And soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hjur and Ellison. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness.
That kid right there looks creepy as hell, I'm just saying.
And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
For
forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Gridanians are fortunate enough to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of their naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful by nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with Gridanians until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned their primal Romua. The Gridanians have no fear for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly. Can't talk tonight, y'all. You may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelves Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet, how long it will take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and our insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Okay. Okay. This is going to be expensive.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore! Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raoban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are By fire reborn!
That one was better than the last one.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I
Fancy meeting you again.
The Oldons have a long history of conflict with the Amajah, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Oldons do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming that they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amajah are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Oldons send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. As such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. Okay. At least the last teleport is free.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Mervyn!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Lowensian's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between various factions, and then while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lowensians are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. But will you sail with the Admiral? Miss Menphila, you are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say, what a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer. Hurry back. Alright, let's take a long walk back to the Waking Sands and choose one. I can't wait to stop running. I'm just saying. Welcome back, were the Grand Company leader's words as well as illuminating as you had hoped. Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you now see why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say, we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alright, I think I'm going with the red ones. They just look cooler. Now the Admiral's speech, but you need not explain that you stand before me is now answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? As the spirit lad, with allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made, it is time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to the Maelstrom Command back in Limsa. 'Tis upon the upper decks, in case you have forgotten, I will send word to our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift, and your bearings sure. High adventurer, what business do you have with? What business have you at Maelstrom Command? Kind of a hero, kind of a big deal. You should know my name. Our recruitment officer, sent word of your coming. It should be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several. What is it, private? This is better be important. We received a report from a lookout tower and a lookout in Lower Nicaea. Imperial forces have fired upon a Highwind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. This is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty and service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Nicaea is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of the occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. Okay, let's go to rescue people. And it would be a very long ways away. Okay. Go figure. What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Maelstrom Command sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. It is, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're a Garlord Ironworks engineer. Yes, one of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. Never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress, dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castrum Occidens, I'd say. Seems they want your ship engineer. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lolliful was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco, isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till they blasted her out of the sky. Pay attention. We're going to hit the Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in their gut. But they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lolliful. Ready to give those curs a hiding? Okay. Onward to glory. Let's go. Okay. Wedge, you should have not have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too dang close. So how's she look anyways? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. Few minor modifications, and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts. You're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventure of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. Just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha, seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I mean, your dead friend, we both are. Wedge, thank you, we're very grateful. Okay, we'll see if we can make it back before my little return timer gets back to normal. It'll be nice to be able to, have them out. Welcome back. I just heard the report. You need to be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. Must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of after you properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of induction, alright, let's start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to come join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. Grand Company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire, and solving many problems caused by the calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa and Winsa afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Merweb Losafwin sees fit to set. As part of the Grand Vessel's crew, you'll be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till his last breath, fights till his last drop of blood. We give our all in service to the nation, and no less is expected of you. It is customary for a new recruit to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? What skills I have are yours until sea swallows all. Ah yes, the many and varied skills of an adventurer. No doubt that your travels have furnished you with such knowledge as will prove invaluable to our cause. I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard. You may serve Limsa and Winsa well till sea swallows all. Yay! Can I have my bird now? Just give me my bird. Can you hear me? This is Menphila, an officer of the Maelstrom. Contact me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private. I have no doubt that you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a man of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest conveniences. There are friends whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend you having a word with Commander Rikai. Might be worth your while. Where's this dude at? Oh boy. I forgot the stupid issuance little form that I need. Jesus. Where do I get it from? I don't even know how much it costs. Where it's at. Okay. It looks like I got a little bit of grinding to do, y'all. I will be back on within the next day or two. After I get that done, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are so close to getting our mount. I can't wait. Like, for real, this is insane. I'm like level... What level am I now? I'm level 33, almost level 34. And I still don't have a mount. Alright, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Later.